to increase your shoulder flexibility. If you want to get rid of shoulder pain at the source, if you want to work on your posture, also even get rid of neck pain, I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite shoulder postures to help with addressing your shoulders. And I'll teach them in a way that makes sense for a guy who is less flexible and new to yoga and also interested in not just working on flexibility, but also on strength. So watch this full video. I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite poses for working on your shoulders. By the end, you're going to have a thorough understanding of how to do them, and you can implement them into your weekly routine. Let's get into it. You will need a strap for this. If you don't have a strap, go find a t-shirt, go find a belt. There's definitely something around you that can be used instead of a strap, so no excuse not to do this. We're going to start with a strap behind the back stretch. So stand in a comfortable position. You're going to bring the strap behind your back, and take note of where I'm placing my hands here. So you want to make sure that your palms are facing forward and your elbows are wrapping back. Make sure that you're not doing an underhand grip and doing this, but externally rotating so that your palms are forward and your elbows are facing back. Now do your best to squeeze your elbows toward one another. This takes some time, some skill to develop, so just do your best to squeeze your elbows toward one another. And then holding that strap firmly, extend your arms back, lock out your arms. And this is what we want to get into in this position. So I'm actively holding this strap, nice strong grip on the strap. I've got the muscles between my shoulder blades are working. I'm squeezing my arms away from my back, and also pulling my chest forward and up to really get some opening through the chest. So we're doing a couple things here. We're working on the strength of your upper back, and we're also stretching through the front side of the body. So anytime that we are doing a yoga pose and we're doing it actively, you're going to be opening one side of the body and simultaneously strengthening the opposing side. And that's what we want to do if we want to create lasting improvements in flexibility. Stretching is good for short-term relief, but if we want to create lasting improvements, we need to combine that with strength. So we're holding here, we've got the upper back engaged, your arms are locked out. I'm even squeezing my biceps, my triceps, my forearms here, and then I'm going to squeeze my arms away from my back as I hold this. And the recommended time is to follow along with me as I'm doing this. So the longer you hold it, typically the better it's going to be. At some point, there are diminishing returns. You don't want to hold it for 10 minutes, but doing a longer held stretch is going to help a lot. So you want to do more than 30 seconds. 60 seconds is a good time to aim for. 2 minutes, 3 minutes is also good. Just make sure that you're maintaining awareness of your body and your technique as you're doing it. And you're doing it in a way that you don't feel pain. Working into discomfort is good. That means there's growth. But you want to shy away from sharp, stabbing pains. All right, and then go ahead and relax. Okay, so pretty active pose. You're probably feeling a little bit tired through your arms. That's good. That means we worked. From here, we're going to go into a standing back bend. We're going to use the strap here, and this is a really good one for opening your shoulders. So holding the strap, you're going to bring that overhead. Depending on shoulder flexibility, if you are less flexible, your hands can be wider apart. If you're more flexible, maybe the hands come closer together. And then from here, you're going to squeeze your arms back as far as you can. Don't worry so much about the back bend portion of this, so I don't want you to lean way back or anything like that. Think about lifting your chest up toward the ceiling and then squeezing your arms as far back as you can. And again, focusing on the shoulders, not really focusing on how far you bend into the back bend. And squeezing your arms back, keeping your arms locked out as you're doing this. This will feel really intense. So this is a really energizing pose. You might also feel some shaking through your upper body. You might feel shaking through your core as you do this. And those are all good things. That means that there's growth. That means that we're pushing ourselves. That means that you're doing what you need so that your body grows in response to the exercise. You do want to make sure that you're pushing yourself beyond comfort levels into a little bit of discomfort in the sense that you're challenging yourself. But again, you don't want to go into a feeling of pain. So we're really focusing on squeezing the arms back here, lifting your chest up, keeping your chin kind of relaxed toward the throat to protect your neck, and then squeezing the arms back. You'll feel your upper back working here. You might start to feel some tingling as you hold it for a long time. That's okay. That tingling will go away when you're done. And you're going to feel stretching through the front of your body. We're holding here, probably been about a minute and a half, but I want you to make sure that you're doing this for at least for 60 minutes when you're doing 60 seconds. Sorry, not 60 minutes, 60 seconds when you're doing this on your own. Make sure that you're holding it for not just 15 seconds, but getting a nice long hold time and then breathing in and out of your nose to really help the flexibility aspect. So slowing down that breathing, being really slow and controlled. All right, go ahead and release. All right, guys, quick break here. If you want to learn yoga in a way that is fitness-centric and tailored to men, I've got a free 7-day Beginner's Yoga for Men challenge. You can sign up for that at the link in the description below when this video is finished. Back to the video. From here, we're going to go into eagle arms, and these are really good for opening up your upper back, your rhomboids, the muscles behind your shoulder blades. So hold the strap if you can. You're going to swing your right arm under your left arm and then press your left elbow and your right forearm into one another. So I'm kind of making this little bind here is what it's called in yoga, a bind. And then you're going to use that strap and then join your hands together with that strap. And this will allow you to get the benefits of the stretch, even if you're not super flexible. So if you were to go to a yoga class and do eagle, they would expect you to be able to do this and interlace your fingers and hold your arms like this. And this is even really hard for me, and I'm a professional yoga instructor. So for you guys who are new, it's going to make a lot more sense to press the elbows into one another and then use the strap to help join your hands. And you're still going to get the same great stretch. So from here, with the elbows pressing into one another, holding a strap between your hands, lift your elbows up and away and your forearms away from your face. So you'll feel that stretch in your upper back start to deepen as you do this. And then you want to breathe in and out of your nose. So this slow, controlled breathing is a really important element to yoga and to flexibility work in general. So as you're holding the stretch, you want to work on slowing down your breathing. What that does is it sends a signal to your body that you are safe. And that allows your muscles to release tension and for them to stretch. If you're not focused on the breathing, if you might be subconsciously or consciously holding your breath and taking shallow breaths. So it takes some deliberate, conscious effort to really slow down the breathing. And if you can use your exhale to help your body further relax, that's when you'll notice you can go deeper into the stretches and you feel those results more. You'll feel less tension through the neck, through the shoulders. You'll have more range of motion immediately afterwards. And you do it over time, then you'll notice improvements just in your daily baseline flexibility. All right, go ahead and release. From here, we're going to do the other side. So again, elbows into one another. You're going to kind of dig your right elbow now into your left elbow, like so. Join your hands with that strap. Lift your hands and your elbows away from your body and up, and then forearms come away from the body. That's going to help you with the stretch. And you're active through your hands, your forearms. Now, here's where we might get a little into some yoga terminology. So I want you to imagine breathing into your upper back as you're doing this. Now, it's impossible to breathe into your upper back from a physiological standpoint, but if we think about it in terms of expanding the area as you breathe, it's going to make a lot of sense. So as you inhale, I want you to think about making your upper back bigger. As you exhale, see if you can release that tension in your upper back. And then repeat that. Inhale, breathe into the upper back, get big. Exhale, release the tension. And so we go through this process of breathing into the space that you're stretching and then exhaling to go deeper into that stretch. And every breath you might notice a tiny bit of progress. Maybe there's no progress. Maybe you don't move any deeper, but maybe it becomes less intense. Maybe it just becomes a little bit easier to hold in that depth. And that's a good sign of progress. So with all of these stretches, you want to make sure that you're holding these for, at least 60 seconds, and upwards of 90 seconds and 2 minutes is going to be even more effective. And then over time, with progression, maybe you can get your hands closer together. Maybe you can also do a different bind where you grab your thumb and your fingers together like this. Maybe you eventually get to this point where you're a yoga master and you can bring the fingers together. Personally, if I'm doing this on my own, I don't interlace my fingers all the way because it hurts my shoulders. So you want to choose a modification that gets you the stretch so you feel the stretch happening but doesn't cause you pain. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe. We put out new workouts every Tuesday. We've got many more of these tutorials coming out, and we'll be putting that out over the next few weeks and months, if not already live here on the Manful Yoga YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment below if you have some feedback, a question, or a recommended topic, and be sure to like the video. Hopefully it doesn't take too much for you to do, but it helps me a lot. I'd really appreciate it. So if you want to check out another tutorial, maybe you want to work on your low back pain, click over here. Check that out right now.